Hey there, Pisces. Welcome to your reading for the week of December 30th. This week, we're going to jump right in here. You have this peace card and this message in a bottle card. You could be feeling at peace, or, I kind of feel like maybe you're feeling more excited for the new year, or it's like you're excited to end the year with the tower showing up here. The message in a bottle card definitely could represent news, and, with the tower can represent like surprising news or, kind of like surprising information, something like that. So we'll definitely see what comes up here for you, Pisces, but you have the Wheel of Fortune, the Six of Swords, and the Tower. This would represent a pretty significant change that's happening for you, this week. I kind of do feel this is like a, it's kind of popping into my head as almost like a breakthrough. The Tower, as I always say, I think gets a bad rap. The Tower is not really a bad card, and the Tower is about entering into a new reality. And, you have the Six of Swords right here. And so the Six of Swords, the woman and the child in that boat, are entering into a new reality. They are completely leaving their past behind and moving through those choppy waters to get to the calmer shores. So, and you also have the Two of Swords, which I'm looking at here, which has choppy waters behind her. We'll talk about that. But, with the Wheel of Fortune, there could be some sort of change in your fortunes, or some sort of like news that changes your fortunes. It looks good to me because, it looks to me like it's leading to a new beginning, or, some sort of fresh start or something, because you go down to the Fool from the Wheel of Fortune. Now, of course, with the Wheel of Fortune, we control the direction of the wheel, so we want to stay positive with the Wheel of Fortune, and that's what I would do here. I'm also noticing, sorry, I'm getting distracted in your reading because everything is kind of adding up. I just saw this card. It says Fiery Beginnings. It says you're on the brink of a real breakthrough. Follow your heart and live your passion. So again, kind of like another clue that this is clearly a breakthrough. You have the Six of Swords. Six of Swords represents moving on to calmer shores, or just general improvements happening for you. Again, this woman and this child in this boat, they are completely starting over, basically. They are only bringing the clothing on their back across these choppy waters. So I always look at the Six of Swords as kind of like completely starting over. They're not really starting from scratch because they have these swords in the front of their boat. The swords kind of represents like the spiritual wisdom, the lessons they learned, the things they went through. They're bringing all the knowledge and wisdom and the lessons with them across the choppy waters. So they're kind of like starting from a better place. And I do feel that if there is a fresh start, or, clearly a breakthrough, as this card says, you're on the brink of a real breakthrough, then, it could be a good thing. You have the Tower. I would be, and, by the way, I would be careful of anyone from the past with the Wheel of Fortune. We still have all this retrograde energy. We're kind of still in the shadow of Mercury retrograde. We have Mars retrograde. So, this could be surprising news from like a past person, or you could be hearing from a past person. So I'd be careful of that. Other than that, I think that the Tower could just be representing a breakthrough. Like sometimes I think the Tower is just acceptance. Like you are, kind of like accepting something like as it is. And, sometimes I think when we just let go and we just accept our situation, no matter what it is, or, if we're like working on something really hard, which is kind of like the feeling I get here. It's like sometimes no matter how hard we work on something, it doesn't work. And, I think when we get to that place of acceptance, that's when we can be in reality and we can start to move forward. And that's kind of more of the feeling I get on the Tower. But again, we're going to clarify. We'll see what else comes up. So let's do that. You have, with the Wheel of Fortune, you have the Four of Cups. Yeah, I think I said this to you in your January reading, if I'm not mistaken, that, it just feels to me, it's like you can see what you want, but you don't have it. I think that's basically what I said in your January reading. And, the Four of Cups, he's been disappointed 3 times, but he has this new cup right here that's making him an offer. And so you have that message in a bottle card, and, I kind of feel like this could be news or information or a person communicating with you. And, I think this could be about an opportunity, and I would just take a second look at it, whatever it is. I don't think it's love related. I think that, with the Eight of Pentacles here, that this could be like a work opportunity or something that you could do in work, or something that you could do to make money. And so, again, I just get that feeling of kind of needing to look again. With the Six of Swords, you have the Five of Wands. Yeah, it's like you're moving away from a conflict no matter what. Again, I really don't feel bad about this Tower. The Five of Wands with the Six of Swords would be moving on from something that causes conflict in your life or moving away from conflict. It could also represent you kind of being, kind of rising above the competition as well. So if you have like a job or a career, or if you're trying to stand out in like work or business, the five of wands can be conflict or competition. But I always say that these people are using wands, they're not using swords. And because of that, they are learning how to fight. So with the Five of Wands, we should look at the competition, learn from the competition, then we can rise above the competition. And that's what I would do there. With the Tower, you have the World. Yeah, I mean, you are entering into a new world. Basically, exactly what I said, because I knew that something like this was going to come up with that Six of Swords. Because, again, Six of Swords is like completely moving on. You have this. You have the Tower. You have the Two of Swords, which is also a card of kind of potentially entering into a new world. So, this could just represent completion or something being wrapped up in your life. Next, in the area of what's coming in for you, you have this details card. It says you need to look at something more closely. What you need to know lies in the details. Eight of Pentacles. Eight of Pentacles, definitely a detail card, or it can be. So I would look at the details of whatever it is you're working on. You have this Fiery Beginnings card. It says you're on the brink of a real breakthrough. Follow your heart and live your passion. The other thing here is that we have the Tower and the Three of Swords. So, if you have been hurt or something, you have those swords in your heart with the Three of Swords. And it's like if you have swords in your heart, you can't listen to your heart. So it might be, really all this could be saying it would be a good time for you to heal something, or if you have gone through something recently, or dealt with heartbreak recently, it could be a good time to heal from whatever that is. But I literally said breakthrough at the beginning of the reading, and you have this card that says breakthrough on it. You have the Nine of Cups. Nine of Cups, we have to really make sure that we are, that we become the thing that we want to be. I always say that Pisces is like the real chameleon in the zodiac. So, Pisces is really good at matching energy. And I think the Nine of Cups is saying you have to start practicing just being the thing that you want to be, whatever it is. Adopt the habits, adopt the whatever you want, do the things that people who have what you want, do those things that those people do. And, the Nine of Cups to me is really a card that's all about mimicking success. And, I think the easiest way to do it is with habits. There's a million things you could do. You could also educate yourself or learn or, try new things, experiment. But, I think habits is easy. And that's what I would do with that Nine of Cups. You have the Eight of Pentacles. I don't know. I just get this feeling of you being very relentless here, Pisces. I don't know. It feels good. I feel like you're very motivated, but I feel like you are very relentless at this time. And I would actually embrace that energy. It's like, I think Les Brown calls it like pissed off for greatness, right? Where it's like sometimes you do something and it just doesn't work, whatever it is that you're working on. And then you get pissed off for greatness and you make something happen. And I kind of feel like you're in that mode where it's like Four of Cups, something hasn't worked out for you a bunch of times. The Eight of Pentacles is like saying, well, okay, I'm just going to do this until it works. And I think that would be a really good energy for you to embrace, And I would also say I would kind of preface that and say, as long as you're not forcing things to work, I think if you're doing things, intelligently, methodically, details, paying attention to the details, and you have a plan, I think that would be better than just forcing. But, in some ways you kind of are forcing something to work, even though that's not true. You have the Three of Swords, definitely something that needs to heal. So with the Tower, again, especially if this is something that is triggering you, with the Tower, like a person or a situation, the Three of Swords could say that it would be a great time for forgiveness or releasing or letting go or healing your heart. I think that it's really important, with that card that says, the Fiery Beginnings card, it says follow your heart. But again, to follow our heart, we have to heal our heart. So, if you haven't healed your heart, it would be a good time for you to do that. With the Nine of Cups, you have the Queen of Wands. Motivated, driven, courageous, she needs to be all of those things, but I kind of feel like you are embracing all of those energies with the Queen of Wands. The Queen of Wands also marches to the beat of her own drum. She does whatever she wants, and she doesn't care what anyone thinks. So I think that you are, really, normally, it's funny because I would say, you have to do that, but I think you are doing that. I think you are kind of just doing your own thing at this time. With the Eight of Pentacles here, nope. Let's see. You have the King of Wands. So again, motivated, brave, courageous, he's a little bit more of a visionary as well, so he has future vision, and he is also kind of innovative in a lot of ways, which I think is a great energy for you right now, Pisces. So, a lot of you could be just feeling very driven. If you want love, this could be a connection coming in for you, like something very fiery, very connected, very passionate as well. So, some of you, this could be love. But again, with the Three of Swords, I would say that if you want love, you're going to have to, heal your heart. With the Three of Swords, you have the Two of Swords. Two of Swords is sometimes like not seeing that something is possible, She is thinking that she only has two options, this or that, but really there is a third option behind her. And so I kind of do feel that the Two of Swords twice in your reading is encouraging you to stay flexible because, again, I think in life we can just experience like the same story with whatever it is that we're trying to create or whatever we're working on. So we just think, my only options are this or that. But really, there's something else. So I do feel this is saying, stay flexible. Next, in the area of messages from your future self, you have this impulse card and this immerse card. Yeah, I think that I think you are immersing yourself into things. Like I said, I get this energy off of that Eight of Pentacles. It's funny I said that because then you got those two fire cards, which kind of confirms my message, where it's like you're putting yourself in this energy where you're like a little bit relentless, or which I think is a good thing in this situation because you're like saying to yourself, like, okay, I'm like, I don't care. I'm just going to make whatever this thing is happen. So if you're working on like a goal, wish, or dream, you could really be immersing yourself in it. And, that's exactly what I would be doing, is learning as much as you possibly can with that immerse card, like really learning through whatever you're working on. The impulse card, I do feel that there could be like an impulsive connection that kind of comes in for you in the future where, it kind of feels very random to me. Like you could meet someone randomly or you could meet someone while you're out or something. So I would just stay, if you want love, I would stay open to it. You have the Two of Swords. Again, I would heal your heart so that you can be open. Part of me is wondering if you have had a tower moment that is complete, because we have the World card, which would be completion. And it's like you had a tower moment, but it's like you're still holding on to it with the Three of Swords, Two of Swords, Two of Swords, right? And the Two of Swords, she is trying to protect her heart. She thinks that love only goes this way or that way. Just look at my comments, right? People tell me all the time, everybody's a cheater, everybody does this, everybody does that. I'm like, well, I know plenty of people that don't do any of the things that you just said. So with the Two of Swords, we have to not stay stuck in the story. We have to heal our heart and open up so that we can be an open person and we can attract like better options. So I would definitely heal at this time. You have the Three of Cups. There's definitely something about people here as well. Like I would encourage you to socialize at the end of the year, for opportunities just in general. I think that there could be opportunities that come in for you if you, spend time with people or hang out with people, or you could learn a lot from people. And, that's what I would do here with the Three of Cups. You have the Fool. Definitely time to take a leap of faith. Again, you have that fiery beginnings card. So, I think a lot of you could be taking some sort of leap of faith. It's almost like your life is completely changing at the end of the year here. Again, Tower, World to the Fool. In the Major Arcana, we go from the Fool to the World, and then we start all over again as the Fool. And we're like starting a new cycle. So, again, I kind of get the feelings that you're about, like things are about to actually change, right? Yes, with the Two of Swords, you have the Death card. Something needs to die in your life. There is a stinking, rotting corpse in your closet, Pisces, and I think it's time to like put that in a trash bag and haul it out to the corner, right? I think that for a lot of you, that the Tower really isn't even something that's going to happen. I think it's already happened, with the World. The World really kind of confirms that message for me. And, I think that you're it's like you've got a rotting raccoon in your closet and, it was your pet raccoon and you're like afraid to let go of it. But, it's like I feel like this was a raccoon that like was like missing a leg, and it was never really as good as you thought it was. It was probably like patchy, had fleas, and it probably only ate, filet mignon, right? So it's like you had to spoil this raccoon and you thought it was great, but really it wasn't. So I'm not sure what this is that you thought was so great in your life. It could have been a person, it could have been a place or a thing or a job that you lost, but it just feels to me like I'm holding on to that tower. Like, I always put myself in your shoes when I do a reading, and obviously I'm a Pisces, but I have to take myself out of the readings so I don't influence your reading with my BS, right? So I've never owned a raccoon, by the way, Pisces, so there you go. But, it's like there's something there, and it's like once you realize what it is and let it go, I think you're really going to set yourself free. With the Three of Cups, you have the Three of Swords. So, whenever we have a bunch of repeating cards like you do here, it's basically the universe saying I meant what I said. So, I think a lot of you, this is like confirmation for your path. We go up to the Hermit. The Hermit says you have found your inner light, but the Hermit also says you need to come down from the mountain. Even the Hermit's showing up in the area of the good stuff, but I believe that the Hermit, he's like gotten to the top of the mountain. He's learned a difficult lesson, whatever this lesson was about your raccoon or whatever. But he is, he's in isolation at the top of the mountain. I think sometimes if we've been hurt or we had to let go of something or whatever, it's like very tempting to stay in isolation because you don't have to deal with anything. You don't have to get hurt again. And I feel like this and this are saying that you need to take the risk of potentially being hurt again. Yes, with the Fool, you have to start the adventure. So really this is, like a reading of overcoming a fear is really what it is, I think. I think that this is saying that you have to take the risk of something potentially not working again, right? Whether it's love, money, or otherwise, or it could be multiple things for some of you. But, I think that's the thing that will really change your life, right at the beginning of the year. Next, in the area of the good stuff, you have this card that says, give with grace and gratitude. You have the Sandpiper Spirit says, be playful on it. Yeah, I think I think we all need to be more playful. Whenever the energy gets too serious, I think, the universe wants us to go the other way. So I've been getting a lot of these like cards of being playful, having fun, people needing to go out and enjoy themselves more. I think all of that would be great. The turkey is also a symbol of abundance. So I think a lot of you could be really working on your abundance. You have the Hermit, the Hangman, and the Strength card. All these cards, these three cards are very similar. Hermit, Hangman, and Strength. The Hermit standing at the top of the mountain. He might not be coming down from the mountain. The Hangman, he has put himself in Hangman mode and he is stuck, right? And then we have the Strength card, which, the Strength card is about waiting for something to happen because the Strength card is about developing your inner strength, which can take time, just like the Hangman. So, I think for a lot of you, this is about, getting out into the world or shining your inner light or not being afraid to shine your inner light. And, I think that would be very good for you. You have the Hangman. The Hangman is coming up in the good stuff, which is good. This could say that you are finally moving forward. The Hangman is also about gaining enlightenment. And you have that message in a bottle card. You have that Four Cups. You also have what was this other card here? The Immerse card as well. So, some of you could be receiving information this week that really helps you move forward. And I do feel that. You have the Strength card. The Strength card is about developing inner strength, which I feel like you have with the Hermit. And, maybe that's what you need to realize, Pisces, is that you have developed the strength to be able to move forward now based off of whatever you've been through. And so I think the Strength card is saying it's like time to move forward, right? You are strong enough to do something again, whatever it is. Let's see. That didn't work. Let's try that again, Pisces. With the Hermit, you have the star. Are you kidding? The Hermit has the star in his lantern. Right there. That is the star in his lantern. The star is not inside of a lantern on the star card. So, again, I think it's time for you to kind of like shine your inner light bright. I think it's time for you to put yourself out there and get attention, to stand out. The star is also about wish fulfillment. It's also really good to have the star in a reading with the Tower because it would say that you're healing from this Tower moment. With the Hangman, you have the Ace of Wands. The whole reading is about like a fresh start, breakthrough, passionate new beginning. Literally, you have that card that says that you're on the brink of a real breakthrough. And so, yeah, Ace of Wands is out with the old and with the new. Remember what I said earlier. It's like your life, like I get this feeling that your life is about to completely change. I'm wondering, it kind of gives me the vibes of having like some sort of revelation. Not like, I don't mean something like, clickbaity or something. Like what I'm talking about is it's like sometimes I think we just decide to change. And, maybe at the end of this year here, you're just saying to yourself, I'm going to change. And that's it. With the Strength card, you have the Fool again. So there you go. You are ready to take a risk again. So I think you are ready for something that you're going to be doing or taking a risk on, whatever it is. And, there you go. You have this April card, and you also have this Dark Man card. It says dealings or relationships with a man with dark complexion or hair. I will say that in April is when we, April 30th is when we officially leave the Mars retrograde shadow. So some of you could be meeting a person in the near future, and April would kind of be a good time for that because again we're kind of past all the retrograde stuff. You have this diamond card. It says you will be receiving or giving a precious gift. I think you need to pay attention to opportunities from people with that Three of Cups. It's like, especially if it's an opportunity that hurt you in the past. Like someone might say to you like, oh, you should date this person, or let me set you up on a date. Or maybe they're saying like, hey, go apply to where I work or something like that. And, I really feel that could be the gift. You have this table, it says hard work ahead. Yep, 8 of Pentacles, but I think you're getting much better results for the work that you're doing anyway. So, again, I've never met a Pisces that's afraid of hard work. So, there you go. You have this hat card, it says you will be playing a different role. The whole time we were talking about a change. So, yes, I think you're making a change. You have this coins card. It says money will be coming to you. And 8 of Pentacles. Definitely, I think a lot of you could be improving your finances right away at the beginning of 2025. Now, for Pisces, I think obviously you're going to have to do something different or new, or you're going to have to create an upgrade in your business, your career. So if you do that, then you'll make more money. Again, this isn't just going to magically happen. So you have to do something to make it happen, but it's available if you want it. The other thing, by the way, Pisces, the tower in the world, by the way, can just represent a move. The tower alone can just represent a move. And you have Jupiter in your 4th house. So some of you, there could be changes in the home, or you could just be moving. But this looks really good here, Pisces, actually. So thank you for being here, and definitely enjoy your week.